Hey guys, today we're going to draw a karate cat. Now a few things before we get started. I want you to try holding your pencil towards the center, and much more importantly, I want you to hold on to your pencil really loosely, and that way we can erase our guidelines. I'll see you in a minute. Welcome to Drawing with Danny. This channel is not about teaching you how to draw particular things. It's about teaching you how to draw so that you can draw anything. Okay, let's go ahead and draw a karate cat. And now just a reminder, remember to hold your pencil more towards the center, and much more importantly, hold on to your pencil really loosely. Okay, let's go ahead and start. And we're going to start, as we always do, with the larger shapes. And here's the largest shape, which is the bottom portion of his head, which is a nice oval. So let's go ahead and draw that. Okay, and from here, let's go ahead and draw the upper portion, which is another oval. So we have an oval going this way. About like that. Okay, let's go ahead and draw his nose here in the very center. And it is an oval as well, but it does have a triangle part underneath. So we have a nice oval here. And right in underneath, in the very center, let's go ahead and draw the triangle part. And we can erase our line. Okay, now extending down from there, let's draw a straight line. And then let's draw two short curved lines. One here and one here. And lastly, let's draw the nice curved line in the very center. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and erase this line. This will visually get in my way, so I don't want to have to contend with that. So let's erase it. I am going to go ahead and add the highlight to its nose. Okay, now let's go ahead and let's establish his mask. I'm going to start that right here, right in the very center. Now I'm going to curve down on this side, and I can see about how close it is to the nose. I can also see that I'm going to make this a little bit wider. In fact, I can do that now or later, and I'm going to go ahead and do it now. Okay, and so now let's go ahead and do the other side. Now you may or may not need to make yours wider. Okay, there we go. Yeah, like that. Okay. Erase my lines here. Okay, now let's go ahead and draw his eye openings. So I'm going to start kind of on each side like this. Now I'm going to focus more on this side. And I'm going to go make a nice curve so it sort of starts down and goes up. So down and goes up like that. And I'm going to take this side around and meet that. So I'm going to go down and then up. Meet that line. Now let's do that on this side. So I'm going to do this upper part here. So we're going to curve upward and go up. So it's a curve, so see nothing straight. I'm going to go underneath all the way around and meet that at the top. About like that. Okay, now we can see that his headband partly overlaps a little bit into his eye openings actually. So see a little bit here and a little bit here. So I'm going to go ahead and continue that out. Like that. Erase that little bit of the mask openings that his headband overlaps. So now I'm going to establish the width of his headband. About that wide. And I'm going to erase these lines. And actually I should have just left this one alone probably, but I do want that slightly wider than this part of this edge of his head. And this one as well. Now this side has the little knot. So the little knot here for his headband, which is kind of what I call a soft square. Soft because there aren't any hard edges. Not like that. Now we've got lines here, one here that indicates just a wrinkle, and then we got two on the other side there as well. We'll do those a little bit later. So now let's go ahead and draw his, let's go ahead and draw his ears for now. And his ears, of course, are what I call soft triangles. So in fact, if you'll follow me here, so this curves out and back in a little bit and goes to a soft point, and this curves out and goes right into the side of his head. Make that a little bit wider there. Okay, let's try it on the other side. So we're going to start about right here, and we're going to curve up a little bit, and again it's a continuous curve, no straight lines, and then back in a little bit to that nice rounded point. And then over here we're going to curve out and go down like that. Okay, let's go ahead and do the insides of the ears, which are two more soft triangles. One there and one here. Okay, now let's go ahead and do the hair since we're on the top of his head, and he's got like three triangular shaped hairs. 1, 2, 3. And let's go ahead and do this little V shape here. So let's see, right there between his eyes. Okay, he's looking pretty awesome. Okay, now let's go ahead and start here, and I'm going to go ahead and do the three triangular shaped hairs here on this cheek. So we got 1, 2, and 3 on that side. Now I'm going to refine this area just a little bit more. Now let's do that on this other side. So I'm going to go ahead and change this from here and pull it out here a little bit as I go out to draw those three triangles here. So 1 and 2 and 3. And I'm going to refine this line on this side. And now I'm going to clean up some of the sketch marks on this side and on this side. Get those out of my way. I'm going to make this a little bit rounder here. A little bit rounder. And I think I should have left it. I think I liked it before. You ever do that? You sort of, something looks good and in your mind, and you change it, and you think to yourself, "Oh, I liked it before." Okay, we'll leave it like that. Okay, now let's go ahead and draw these lines, this curved line here, the curved line here. And this addresses where the black and white of his face separates. So let's go and do that on this side. There we go. Okay, now let's go ahead and draw his this part of his headband. So we get a continuous line, we go down, up, back down, and back up a little bit. See a continuous curved line. We're going to go up to a point, down to a slightly curved point. In fact, this is slightly curved too, missed that. And then let's go ahead and curve this around all the way up and then back down, because we want to make sure that we're being consistent here, from here to here and here to here. And this is a little bit more narrow here, so as we aim right towards the top part of that knot, and I'm going to erase his ear, which would be behind that. Now I'm going to do the knot on the top portion on this side. And actually I'm going to start, I think I'm going to start at the bottom. So I'm going to start right here. So this is going to be the top, and I've started here at the bottom. So I'm going to curve up, and go down like that. And then we're going to make a little triangle shape here. Go back out, back up. Now I'm going to, and again, a continuous curve as I aim towards that line, like that. So now I erased this part of his ear that would not be visible through that. So now I make another line, which is a wrinkle, another line here, which is a wrinkle. And let's go ahead and do his whiskers, of which he has 3 on either side. So let's go ahead and do this. And of course, we're talking about a continuous curve, and he's a fighting cat, so all of his whiskers aren't straight, particularly this one. As we get to the end, it's really wavy in through here. And then we have this last one that sort of is the straightest one on that side. Now let's do this other side. So we've got this top one, which kind of goes like this. And you can have fun with your whiskers. You might make yours even different than these are. So we have this middle one, and it gets a little crinkly at the end. And then we have the last one. That goes about like that. And lastly, let's do his eyes. And his eyes are ovals. Now keep in mind, his ovals are not straight up and down. See how they're at an angle? So this one is at an angle like that. And then that one's going to be at the opposite angle. Then we have a highlight in the middle of his eyes. And notice how it didn't go all the way to the bottom. So let's do it on this side. So we have our oval at an angle, and it does not go all the way to the bottom. It goes through the top, but not to the bottom. And then we have another oval inside. And that is our really awesome Karate Cat. Hey, I'm glad you guys joined me today. If you have any questions about today's video, leave them in the comments below. Also, don't forget to subscribe, and please give me a thumbs up. And I'll see you next time.